What's up, my YouTube family? It's your boy Berto checking in with another video, guys. So I'm back with part 2 of exposing Young Pharaoh. So I told you guys he was bought and paid for by the Republicans, and I'm not the only conspiracy theorist out there that said Young Pharaoh has sold out. And there's even a lot of his following have said the same thing. I actually commented on one of his posts before, and a lot of people responded saying they agree with me. His content has changed completely. He does speak some truth and some positive things, but he's become so one-sided and so political to where it's taken away from his conspiracy part. Because we know Democrats and Republicans are both corrupt. Both parties are corrupt. And if you follow his page, you will notice that a long time ago he always talked about how politicians were evil in general. Now it's just the Democratic Party's evil, and he supports Republicans. And then he talks a mess about the Shade Room and the Hollywood page, but he doesn't mention to his people that he follows these pages. All these pages that he talks so much about, he's following them. If you feel like they're promoting a certain image for the media, what are you following them for? Why are you following them? On top of that, he follows a lot of Republicans. And this right here shows you how easily it is to buy and pay for somebody. This dude went from not supporting political figures, period, and exposing them for the pedophile elites, all the crazy stuff they do, to being on their side. So now he's went from being, the guy that promotes positive, positive things to the people, and telling them how to get through and telling them what to do and exposing all these government officials, to now he's supporting one side of the government over the other. I can understand if you favor being a Republican over the Democrat. That's fine. That's 100% understandable. You can have a political party. I'm not taking that away from you. But we all know the government is corrupt. And even on the whatever side you choose, there is corruption on that side. You should not be preaching to the people, these same people that you tried to get not to believe in the government. Now you're trying to preach to them to support one side of the government. How does that make sense? Trump is part of the agenda, just as Joe Biden is, just as Barack Obama was, just as George Bush was, just like the Clintons. They all part of the same agenda. In the end, it's the same result. They're all going to force a vaccine on us. They all going to continue to touch little kids. They've all been part of a sex trafficking ring. A lot of people keep thinking because, Trump said he was going to clean the swamp, meaning he was getting rid of all these corrupt government officials and all these pedophiles. No. Like, please get an understanding of what's going on, how the government works together. The government officials work together as a whole, and everything they do is together, even though they're separate parties. Yes, they do have tension between the parties, but in the end, they get the same. They're striving for the same goal. That is to control the people and divide the people. They're using Young Pharaoh as a guinea pig to help divide the people more and help get more people on the Republican side. That is not good for conspiracy theorists. You just don't pick a political side, because we know how corrupt politicians are. He never says anything bad about the Republican Party. We could see Trump on camera touching a little girl, or Mitch McConnell touching a little girl, or kissing a little girl. He would say nothing. But the moment a Democrat does it, he's down their throat. I talk about both parties because I know both parties are corrupt. And you gotta check out Gematria Effects channel. He talks about politicians and the Illuminati, and he's good with the numbers. I still don't quite understand the numbers yet, but I'm trying to learn it. But he's good with the numbers, and he's basically exposed Young Pharaoh several times already. But a lot of Young Pharaoh, his subscribers are just so brainwashed to what he's saying and what he's been doing for so years, and how big of a platform he's gained, that they listen to whatever he's saying. He has a huge effect on them. That's what I don't like, because I'm never gonna. That's like me in a couple years picking a political party and and riding out with that party and acting like they don't do no justice. I could pick whether I want to be a Democrat or Republican. That's fine. Everybody has that choice. But what I'm not going to do is act like my party's 10 times better than the other party, because that's not the case. These politicians are corrupt. They've been manipulating the media and the people for the longest, and then they're taking advantage. They're controlling some of these conspiracy theories are being bought and paid for. They're being controlled by politicians now, just like everybody else. Young Pharaoh is bought and paid for. He's being controlled. His content is completely different from what it used to be. He continues to try to expose the left and doesn't care about anything the right does. Let's talk about the left and the right. Let's expose everybody. Let's be fair. We need to get all these corrupt people up out of here. We need young politicians, actually. We need people that aren't bought and paid for. We don't need corrupt politicians. These conspiracy theorists, YouTubers like Young Pharaoh, it's time for him to step to the side. He's a young guy. Take nothing from him, but what he's doing right now is very unacceptable. And I don't like it. So, pay attention to him, guys. I'm telling you, this guy follows a ton of Republicans. He follows all these pages he talks badly about. Because in reality, he wants to support these pages, but he can't because he's bought and paid for by Republicans. And he loves the news that they put on there. He uses those pages to get some of his information from. He's trying to spy on he's trying to spy to see what's going on there. If I don't support something or don't support somebody, I'm not gonna follow them. That's basically giving them your support. I'm not giving them that. I'm not giving them that opportunity. It's time to start. I'm about to start exposing all these corrupt conspiracy theorists that have been bought and paid for. These YouTubers that are, they don't mean what they say. Some of the things that come out their mouth, yes. Some things, no.